Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do the first of the reviews that we have planned for you. We're going to start with, actually I should start with explaining why I'm doing these. So I learned a lot over the year that we're planning the trip, and I learned, thankfully, because people shared what they had learned and shared their experiences online. And so I thought by sharing ours, your trip might go a bit more smoothly and you'll have as great a time as we did, because I think it's from learning from other people and what worked for them and what didn't work for them that helped make our trip so much more enjoyable and so much more fun. So hopefully you'll find this useful. So yeah, I'm going to start with our power situation. So we had our cameras, our GoPro obviously, our phones, we each had a phone, and we had our Garmin, so our bike computers, so we had to keep them all powered up over the 75 days we were on the road, and so I'm going to explain to you how we did that. It worked pretty seamlessly for us. There was a couple of days we got pretty near out of power for some things, but I think it worked pretty well. I definitely wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't want to add any more weight really. So we had battery packs, obviously. This one I owned already before we went on the trip, just one you throw in your bag. Just 300 milliamps, that one, just a small battery pack. So we have that already. I added two at a couple, including this one. It's Pebble by a company called VO. And I like this one in particular because of the little, it showed the number there of the percentage of power you have left. So that was handy when using the solar panel, because I could see that it was going up and it was actually plugged in properly, because sometimes it was hard to actually see the plug, so I knew it was in when the number went up. So that was handy having that. And this one is 8400 milliamps, so about 3 times the size of the one I just showed you. And the weight, the more battery, the bigger the battery, obviously, the heavier they get. But this one is still fairly reasonably light, so that was handy. And they all seem to come with their own little pouches, so that was the pouch for that one. So that was great, and I got that on a great deal, on a great sale. So price-wise, it was good. And then our third battery pack was our biggest. This is 20,100 milliamps, so quite large. The last one I showed you and this one both have dual USB charging points, so you can charge 2 things at once. This one has an indicator here with these lights, not a percentage, but you know, it will tell you when you've used up a quarter. It's 4 lights, so you know when you're getting low. Not the instant feedback for me that I needed for the solar panel, so this one I didn't use with the solar panel as much, also because it's bigger and heavier. I'll explain that in a minute when I show you the solar panel. So yeah, this is also an Anker battery pack like the first one. And Anker's a company I have a few products of, and I find their stuff just feels really well made, it lasts, so I really trust their stuff. And you know, we didn't want to save, you know, a few pounds and get some really rubbish batteries, so I went with the brand that I knew mostly for most of our stuff. So this one is, yeah, huge. Weighs about 350 grams, I believe, is the weight on this battery pack. Comes with its own pouch as well. And it charged my phone, which is on the road, was a OnePlus One, when I had my good phone, you know, when I got it fixed. So yeah, it charged that one about 3.5 times. So that phone has a huge battery and is quite a battery drain. It uses a lot of battery and it's a big battery. So this was fairly good for charging my phone. That was great. And to keep things charged up, so when, on the days we, you know, wild camp multiple days in a row or had camp, so not all campground pitches came with power supply. You had to pay extra for it, usually. We didn't really always need it. So we supplemented our battery packs with this solar panel, so 3 panels. It's also an Anker product. Very lightweight, this. So it comes with a rugged case on the outside, and then the 3 panels, which are also, they're not delicate by any means. Yeah, so, but it's very handy because it does pack up quite compact, and then I put it in our bags when we were using it when it was cloudy or rainy and didn't need it. But it also, in here, so you open it up, in here you have a little pouch. Inside the pouch is, it doesn't come with a battery pack, this product. So you put your battery pack in here, and there's 2 USB plugs like the other battery packs. So you plug your battery packs in there, or the thing you want to charge. So we could directly charge things with this, or charge up a battery pack. So on the back of the bike, it went like this, hanging over the side of my pannier. Put a picture in here so you can see what I mean. And so yeah, that allowed me to get sun charging my battery packs through the day. It took about 6 hours to charge this battery pack here if I had full sun for most of the day, keeping in mind that I would sometimes shadow the solar panels depending on the direction of the sun during the time of day. So I put this facing south because we were generally traveling west to east to get the most bang for my buck on the sun. And I would attach it to the bike using these bungee cords, which have little hooks on the end, which are not the best hooks and aren't very sturdy. So our next trip, I'll probably try to replace these with something more sturdy. But it wasn't a heavy-duty bungee, which is why I went for this one to keep the weight down and because it didn't need to be super thick bungee. This solar panel, yeah, phenomenal. It, like I said, it would charge this battery pack over the course of the day. If it was a fully sunny day, and if not, we'd get a good amount of charge in it. At the end of the day, on a sunny day, we would lay the solar panel on the sun and plug the two Garmins in, and in an hour, both Garmins will be fully charged. So it's good. It has a good amount of power for the size and weight. It's so lightweight. It's phenomenal. So that was fantastic to have on us. Served us well. I'm very happy with that purchase. By the way, I'll leave the links below for these products so you can see exactly the spec on them and the cost of them, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember looking at the solar panel at the beginning of the planning stages and it was £100, and about 3-4 months before we left it went down to 50. So something's going on with solar panels because everything seemed to drop, so it's so much more reasonable to consider these things now, I think. So that's the solar panel. And then the last piece of the puzzle for us was what we called the power station. So we had this little bag here, and inside of it we kept the battery packs, and so everything to do with power we kept together. We kept the wires, the charging wires for our phones and all the battery packs, but the wires for the phones we put inside this. So this is a multiple USB charger. I don't have the plug in it right now, but a plug goes in there, just a normal plug that you plug into the wall. And then on the other side you plug in your gadgets with their USB chargers. And so like I said, there's 6. So we never had to decide what to charge first or what was more important to charge. When we got to a power outlet, we grabbed the power station, which had everything in it like this, and plugged in all the things we wanted to charge. Plugged that into the wall of the power outlet we had access to, whether that was in a Tim Hortons or if we happened to have a campground with an outlet, which was very rare actually, or the hotels we were staying in when we were in cities. Got everything charged up in one go, didn't have to worry about it, and it's about £15, I believe, that device, so it's super handy to have. It doesn't weigh very much. I would highly recommend having that so you can charge all your things in one go, and you don't have to bring multiple plugs for walls. You only need one plug in the one wall, and then everything else goes into that, so it's super handy. Highly recommend that. So yeah, that was how we managed to power everything. We could easily go 3 days, even with no sun, with the battery packs. And then for every day of sun we had, we could gain another day or so easily. So I think the longest we went without a wall plug was probably 5 days. And that was fine. We had one day where we had full sun and we hadn't had any plugs. We're getting a bit low on things. I think we used the laptop to charge a phone that day, just to make sure we had enough power in the phone, because we use the phone for finding grocery stores and campgrounds and accommodations, so it was a priority to have the phones and the Garmin's charged up. So yeah, I think we defaulted to the laptop one day to charge up the phone, just not even because it had run out, just to make sure it would get us through the day. So yeah, system worked well for us. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, all the links to all the things I've just told you about, I'll put them below so you can get the spec and the technical details on them. Thanks for watching.